So today I have a new solo farming spot that really doesn't get any better if you bring 3 or 4 members, but if you can bring a duo, it does get slightly better in terms of XP per minute. But it's one of the most relaxing spots I've seen, and so let's jump into where this new solo spot is. So today we are headed over to Mount Zvane, and we are going to head over to the Zakarum graveyard in this spot over here, right next to the Zakarum cemetery waypoint. This spot is one that I kind of peeked at a while ago, but I never really tested it. Someone else actually mentioned this spot to me, saying that it's quite solid. And so I went to go back and test it more thoroughly, and I found that it's actually a really enjoyable spot, but there's a few different mechanics that you normally wouldn't have to do in this spot in order for it to be really solid experience per minute. So we're here at the Zakarum Cemetery waypoint, and we're gonna head directly southeast and then head over to this Zakarum graveyard. You can kill off these guys over here. They're actually part of the farm. But we're actually going to go in a circle right here around these 3 boulders. So we're going to kill off this group of zombies right here, or whatever these guys are, these undead skeletons here. And we're going to make our way around this southern boulder, or a bunch of rocks and whatever the terrain there is. Go make our way around and then find this group over here. Kill off this group of elites here. Make our way around the northwest terrain. And then make our way north here, or east here. And pick up this middle group of undead as well as we're killing this top one. And then we're going to go back to this area right here where this group would spawn at this point if we had actually started the farm. So there is the exact route. Now there's a few different mechanics when it comes to this, and I'll just go ahead and showcase one of them that I've changed since I recorded the video and went back and retested it. This guy right here, this paladin, actually makes all these guys immune to damage. And so this will stall out your farm significantly if you do not deal with this particular undead correctly. Now let's go ahead and just jump over and find one real quick here. I've already killed that one. I just wanted to showcase what it was like to be immune to damage, but there's actually a mechanic that you can completely disrupt that process if you have some form of CC. So that means some sort of stun, some sort of knockback, something like that. And it looks like we're not spawning one here in order for us to go ahead and showcase it. So let's just go ahead and kill off this group of monsters yet again. And this spot is very solid for you to just run as a solo player. But I'm going to just find out where this immune skeleton is at, and then showcase how to counter the immunity skeleton by using crowd control. So I literally ran around here forever, but what you're going to do is you're going to just go ahead and CC the yellow paladin in order for us to go ahead and interrupt that immune to damage. And you could use any form of CC, as I said, a pullback, stun, knockback, whatever you want to use in order for you to interrupt that. And this will drastically increase your experience rates per minute. This is what slows you down mainly. And despite this, you can still keep up an infinite kill streak, and I'll go ahead and showcase that and me running it in just a moment. But definitely make sure to run some sort of CC move in order for you to kill off those skeletons faster. All right, so here we are, and you can see we went with a pretty easy circular farm here, and we were able to just keep up our kill streak. Now, the initial strategy that I went with is, as the paladin was in that immunity mode, I just went ahead and cleared the next group and then came back for it, which does work out decently well. However, if you have a CC ability, it's going to be significantly faster for you to be able to deal with those paladins. There's also a second type of paladin, which you'll see right here. They're a little bit more, have a red color, whereas the immunity paladins have a yellow color. And there's the 2 different paladins right there. There's the red one and the yellow one. These are very easy monsters to kill. They don't really do a whole lot of damage. They're very slow. So if you are new to farming Hell 3, for a lot of you active players out there, you're going to be entering into those Hell 3 modes. This is a perfect solo farming spot for you to be able to deal with a lot of these monsters because they are very simple to kill. Now, this one ends up being about 70 to 75,000 experience a minute as a solo player. If you run a duo here, I ran a duo after this just for a little bit. It looked to be about 80,000 experience per minute, so not too much more, but mainly the duo helps you actually kill off the monsters. So you can see here, I'm actually running around and using all my abilities, and it's still taking me a decent amount of time to kill off. So if you have a second person there with you, you can go ahead and kill off those monsters faster. I did end up trying this with a trio and a party, more specifically a party, for a longer period of time, and it really doesn't speed up a whole lot. The problem is that if you run a party and you run continuously around the monsters, you actually catch up with the spawn rates. You actually end up to run past or run back to certain monster spawns because the monsters do not spawn fast enough. And so I wouldn't recommend running this as a party. You could. There's no downside compared to running solo versus party, but there's no real upside. The only real upside, and this is a very small one, is the ability to spawn some of the higher rarity monsters, but it's not that much increased compared to running a duo in this spot. Running solo, you're not going to spawn a ton of those elites, those yellows and those ancient elites, as you can see here, but there's actually quite a few still spawning, even though it's not compared to a lot of those party farms out there. So there is the spot here. There's a little bit of extra mechanics for this one compared to some of the other solo spots out there. So keep in mind for that. There's also one little bonus thing that I want to mention in this area, and that is the Ancient Nightmare. If you actually care about that, I, for one, actually don't keep track of a whole lot of the meta events because it's not worth my time to go stop what I'm doing and run over to the meta events. However, if you are in the area, for example, this one or the Haunted Carriage, I definitely recommend you go ahead and do those because oftentimes the meta events, they take a lot of time to do, and it's better off just to sit there and farm it out anyways. But this one allowing you to just run over real quickly, handle the Ancient Nightmare, is very nice in order for you to get some little bit extra bonus experience, bonus loot, and all that good stuff. So there you have it. Hopefully you enjoy this new solo spot, and let me know what you think about Mount Zevane and this specific spot. And of course, if you are out there watching these videos and you watch to the end, I imagine you have already subscribed, but still about 90% of you are not subscribed to the channel. And so if you enjoy the content and you ended up making it to this far of the video, I'd really appreciate if you jump down to the subscribe button and go ahead and subscribe to the channel. It does help out a lot. And I will be back tomorrow with more Diablo Immortal content and all that good stuff. That being said, I will see you for the next video.